Hello, hello. Is anybody out there? I see one person out there. Hello to that one person. Happy Monday. Oh, that just doesn't sound right. Happy Monday. I guess you gotta be glad you made it. Be glad you got out of bed on a Monday. Hi, Dana. How are you today? Long time no see. I know I've been on YouTube quite a lot this morning, a lot for me anyway. I've changed my schedule a little bit so I would have more free time during the day. And, like I said, Chester is growing up a little bit, letting me do things. He is kind of bored though, I could tell. He wants to go out for a walk. I probably should take him out once in a while for a walk out on my trail or at least in my complex. There's a walking back path. Hi, David. Yeah, so I have this walking path out in front of all around my complex. We have a total of 8 buildings. They're giant buildings. So it's a big walking path. So a couple times around is about a mile, I think. And then um, I also have this cute little stroller because Chester's not a good walker on the leash. He slows me down on my walk. And if I am going to walk, I'm going to walk a little fast. I don't want to I'm not a good dog walker. I don't like to stop and let him sniff around and let him do his business and get going again. I just that's not for me. That's Mr. Hook's job. He can do that. Anyway, I hope you're having a good Monday. In the Chicago area, it is a muggy, dreary first day of fall here. Um, Humidity is I think it's quite high. I don't know. I didn't check today, but they use the word muggy on the news to describe today. So, as you can hear, my air conditioning just kicked on. So I don't know how long it's gonna stay on because once it kicks on, it's on for a long time. It's a running joke in our house. Like it never shuts off. It's like an old man. It's just on all the time. Okay, I gotta cut this color. I'm still working on my temperature blanket. I'm gonna cut this color and start on pink. Still behind. Right now, I'm getting ready to cut off day August 26th. So, yeah, still quite a ways behind. All right, give me a second. Well, I've decided to change my day for going live for a while because in my house, like it says in the script, in the description, I don't know if you got a chance to read it, football kind of takes over my house on Sunday. It's all day football. It's pretty much the whole weekend. I mean, Sunday, no, I'm sorry. Saturday, there's college football, and then there's football all day Sunday. starting at noon. There's pre-games, post-games, halftime shows, reports, and all that good stuff. There's Monday night football, but that doesn't start till later in the day. I know how I am with long-term projects. If I did some strip blanket, I would make it a UFO before January was over. Yes, I. This was David. This was the first half of this blanket. The first half of the year became a UFO for about 2 months. I put it down and I didn't come back to it. And I'm glad I did, but I'm just surprised I did also because I thought she was goner. I thought it was over for her, but no, I picked her up again. And yesterday, I found myself. I sat down to start a new whip, and I guess it's a good thing that I messed up 3 times. I had to unravel it 3 times. And before I did the fourth time, I said, you know what? I don't think it's meant to be. And I just cut the yarn and then put the cake back and asked myself, what was I thinking? Starting a new whip when I have plenty of stuff to do. I think because I just want a short one. I do have a TV whip, but I'm bored with it. It's not even a whip that I'm trying to do anything with. I just needed something to do while I was watching TV. But I'm so bored with it. It's just the corner to corner. Corner to corner is the only thing that I could do, and I don't have to constantly look at my yarn. So anyway, I thought I would try a new day. I was on YouTube last week, and I was trying to keep track of when everybody goes live. And this hour seemed like a good hour to go on. I could have been wrong. I did take notes, but I think, there's always going to be somebody on YouTube live, depending on how many people you're subscribed to, you're always going to be going on top of somebody, you know. So, and there's a lot of people go live like every single day, and I can't like, you know, bow out and just, oh, well, they're on live every day. I can't go live. No, because I gotta get my live in too, you know. So that's how it is. David says, my ex has been doing a sports equivalent of a temperature blanket scarf with stripe for every Mets game of the season. I think one stripe for each home run for the Mets and the opposing team. Oh, that's a lot of stripes because that's like more than one stripe per day, right? Yeah, I know. I do know baseball. I don't know football, but I know baseball. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of, that's a big project. How big is the blanket? How many stitches per row? Is it single crochet, double crochet, half double? What is that? And oh, that's a lot of stripes. So like I was saying, I said, I'm just going to dive in. I'm just going to go ahead and do my live things. And if I'm on top of somebody, oh, well, I tried. I tried. I really genuinely tried. But, I gotta do my thing. And the good people out there, they get it. They understand. The ones that are gonna get snippy about it, they're the ones that, you gotta question that friendship in the first place. So, how is your day going? Mine is going well. I'm very tired today. I was up all yesterday. Not up, like I was busy yesterday making a big pot of chicken stock, chicken broth, chicken stock, whatever you want to call it. I made it with chicken legs, chicken thighs, vegetables, and water. I didn't put any salt in it because I don't like a lot of sodium in my food because I just try to watch my sodium in general. I just because my blood pressure can go high if I'm not careful. So if I need it saltier, I salt as I go. I don't salt too much in my food. Anyway, I made that whole. I made about 12 cups of stock or broth, whatever. Stock is from bone, broth is from vegetables. I don't know. You know what I mean. It smelled so good. I let it cook for about 8 hours. It was so good. It smelled so good. I have yet to try it. Um, all right, you're gonna listen. I have yet to try it, but oh my gosh, it smelled amazing. And there wasn't a lot of scum to skim off the top. I, I cleaned every vegetable before I put it in. I cleaned every piece of meat before I put it in. I used filtered water. So there was not a lot to skim off, very little bit. And even this morning, there's not any fat that is on top. I know a lot of people who make their broth or stock, there's a lot of fat on top. And I don't know why that is because I did use bone in, skin on chicken. So, and I don't know. And I boiled it for a long time. So, the first thing I want to try it on is some rice, maybe, or maybe some pasta, some orzo. Lisa, you're watching two lives. That's the way to do it. I was just saying that sometimes, people go live on top of each other. They don't mean to, like me. I don't mean to, but I try to see who's live, what day. Hi, neighbor. Christy's creation. That's my neighbor. But sometimes, like my laptop, I have been running lately, these weeks. I've been running a lot of people's lives, one on each tab. So I have several tabs open, and I'll go and say hi once in a while. And as I'm working around my house, doing my chores, I'll stop every once in a while and say hi or say something just to let them know I'm still there. I think that's important. So, like last week, that's all I did. I didn't have anything to do last week. I mean, outside of my home. I didn't have any doctor's appointments. I didn't have any salon appointments. I did make it to get my eyebrows done last week, but that wasn't even scheduled. That was just like, I have a minute. Let me go really quick. And stuff like that. But I didn't have anything scheduled. I love weeks like that. That doesn't happen to me all the time. It was rare last week. Donine. I still need to know, am I pronouncing that right? Donine. Okay. I can hardly pay attention to one line at a time. Always have a project in my hands. Sometimes I pop around from one to another. I left someone's live to come here. Oh, thank you, David. Um, well, what I was saying. Oh, what was I saying? What was he saying? What was I saying? Okay, the name. Okay, so this week, my week, I started writing stuff down on the calendar, one of these, and this one is an old calendar. but I just happened to find the week that starts Sunday the 19th, and I'm using that week just to see if I'll keep up with it. I have a bad habit of purchasing calendars like this and then not using them after 2 3 weeks. So I put all my appointments today. I have quite a bit. I have the chiropractor this afternoon. I have the regular doctor tomorrow. I have another specialist on Thursday. And, just you never know what's going to happen in between. But I have I have some paperwork to catch up on and all that stuff. But I try to get my everyday stuff done, like whatever, dishes, laundry, cooking, all that good stuff. Taking care of Chester, cleaning up after Chester, everything like that. Yesterday, I had 4 live channels going at the same time, Lisa says, and my spouse just walked in, looked at me, shook her head, and walked back out. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's how it goes. I mean, that's what being a YouTube supporter is all about. You know you're a good supporter when you start to put alarms on your phone. I have alarms for some of my people that I go in their lives as much as I can. I have alarms on my phone because I will forget, and those YouTube notifications don't make any noise on your phone. They don't. I don't know why. Everything else makes a noise on my phone. Everything else. Every game, every app that I use, and it sometimes I want to silence them. Like I don't want a notification, and then some of them you get the notification on your watch if your phone is one is sleeping, whatever. So you'll get it on your watch. I had to go in manually and turn off a few notifications because they were just bothering me constantly and just annoying. I have some notifications that only go on my watch, so that's kind of I really don't know how to take those off, or I haven't looked into that. See, this is now the point where my air conditioning has been on for what, maybe 15 minutes, at least 10 in a row, and I'm like, I'm done. I need it to turn off because it's giving me quite a chill. Yeah, I know. I just got to figure it out, David. Exactly. Yeah, and sometimes figuring that out, I'll go on my phone to do something, and then before you know it, I'm in a tunnel of TikTok, or I'm playing Words with Friends, and I'm like, wait a minute, I went on my phone for something. I will forget that quickly. David's phone is almost always set on silent, but then he'll get a buzz that wakes me up at night. Oh yeah, that's annoying. Especially, hey, Miss Bev, how are you? Especially if you're just drifting off to sleep and your phone makes a noise. Oh my gosh. It almost like hurts. It's like painful. Like, oh no, I was just falling asleep. My son texted me early this morning while he was getting ready for work. I was awake. I happened to be awake. But he didn't know that, you know. He got up at 4:30 in the morning. He didn't know that I was awake. What's he doing? Texting me some random thought early in the morning. I guess I'm glad he does communicate with me something other than I hate you, because I remember those days when my kids were teenagers. They both hated me. Gosh. They really hated that out of me. They really. But now they don't hate me. I don't know if they really like me, but they don't hate me. That's the most important thing. So, but I have his and my other son's. I had it set to. There's this thing on the iPhone that it will override the silent that you put your phone on. If you put your phone on silent, um, you can pick people that will not only do they have it's so your do not disturb is something else. You do not disturb your favorites override your do not disturb, right? But I'm talking about your mute, your silent. When you turn your phone on silent, I have my two sons are override that silent. So even when my phone is on silent, I can still hear the notification that they're texting me. So just no matter what. So, it's kind of my own fault. If he texts me at 4:30 in the morning, he's probably thinking I have it on silent. He doesn't realize that I haven't. I overrode that silent. So really can't fault him. But he did text me on Saturday, and boy, I didn't realize. I guess I laid down on Saturday, and he called me. Right? He called me. I'm gonna answer the phone. I'm got my eyes shut. Hey Ryan, what's going on? Well, I didn't realize 3 minutes later he had texted me, and that wasn't silent because of what I just said. 3 minutes later, I guess I was gone. I was out cold. I didn't take a very long nap, but when I woke up, I saw that I missed a text from him, and I knew they're never silent. So I thought, my gosh, I must have been sleepy. If they thought they hated you, you must have been a great mother, right? Yeah, I tried. I I tried. Yeah, don't miss those days at all. I I I wasn't too fond of them either. I'll tell you that. And I don't know what that means about their uh, child um, skills, being a child. But I didn't like them. I wasn't fond of them at all. Okay, coming to the end. I'm hoping I didn't add or skip a stitch. I didn't even count that row. Okay, I'm just gonna. All right, I hate counting. Well, I don't hate counting, but it's not really convenient to count when you're on a live. So sorry about that. I think what I'm gonna do next time I go live, I think I'm gonna try and remember to put the link for StreamYard because I might want to really be caught up with this temperature blanket. That's really the only reason I forget to put the link for StreamYard is because I have this temperature blanket. Okay, how many stitches is that? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's start counting. All right. It was their job to challenge your limits and screw up. It was your job to stick to your limits. Sounds like you did. I don't know. I kind of like, you know what? This is the thing I hated about being a parent or whatever. This is the issue I had. And it's partly my fault. Like, I would talk to I wouldn't call them friends, people that I know. I would talk to people that I know and tell them, what experience what happened that day before, what I went through with them. Oh my gosh, you're never going to believe. Riley, he had the nerve to cook 6 eggs and he didn't clean up any of his mess. You talk like that. You talk. And then, because because you just want to get it out. You just want to vent. But people tend to give you advice when you're getting that off your chest. They want to give you advice, and it's always the people with no kids that want to give you advice. You know, like, I think you should do this, and I think you should do that, or always the people who with smaller kids than yours. Or I mean, I'll take advice from people who have older kids than me because they've been there. I always like that advice. I always did, you know, and I didn't mind the, you know, the way to goes from other people having kids or not. But people who had opinions about my style of parenting, uh, negative opinions. They had negative opinions, and they weren't afraid to tell me, hey, I think you're doing I almost said a bad word. I think you're doing a crappy job. You know, in not so many words, they would say that to me. And um, no, I'm saying you put that way to go spin on that. I'll take that. I'll take that. You're doing a good job. You're doing well, or whatever. It's when people are trying to tell me I'm doing something wrong, and this is the way I should be doing it. When you don't even have any children, or your kids are little, you know, just, and you're, come on. Even some people tell me this is what I do with my dog. I mean, I know dogs are like your children, but whatever. If I'm, you know, I would get to work and just be all frustrated from the morning of getting ready with the boys and just unload on my coworkers, and oh my gosh, I would get an earful, and it was just annoying. So, you know, it's kind of my fault. Should have kept my mouth shut. Should have kept my mouth shut. However, I know it's hard if you're going into work and you just had a chaotic morning with two boys who are going through puberty, and you're trying to get them out the door to catch the bus, and you're trying to get yourself ready to work, and you're trying to make sure that you don't come to such a mess on after work. You're gonna go to work frustrated. You're gonna, as a human, you're gonna want to talk about it and tell others. I mean, it's their fault too. Hey, Sandy, how you going? How you doing? How's your day going? Okay, well then, if you asked, I will tell. I always did. I was never one to say I'm fine when I wasn't. I hardly ever did that. I still don't do it. I still don't. I because if I'm not fine, I'm not gonna say I'm fine. Mm, You know, I mean, I maybe have done it before, but that's not a habit that I can. That's not. It's not me. That's not who I am. It's the same with relationships. I always got lots of advice and criticism from people with no relationship experience. Yeah, people trying to tell you how to, you know, be in a relationship, and they don't even have never been in one. You know, I know that happened to. I know that happened to. Well, I don't know if I should say it. I know people tried to tell my mom, because my mom was a single mom. I know that people tried to tell her how to parent, and certain people that told her that didn't have children. So that I know for sure because of stories I've heard, and you know how they are. Now I could just tell, but I put two and two together. Yeah, you know, they still do it. But yeah, anyway. So those days are behind me, and all I have to look forward to is watching them go through it, watching my kids go through being parents, if they ever become parents. I have one son who plans on never having children, ever. And he even broke up with one of his girlfriends because She wanted kids in her future eventually. And he said, absolutely not. And she said, well, then I don't see what the point of us, even though they were not close to being married at all. But I kind of thought that was wise of her because instead of trying to change him later on down the road, right? Just, all right, then why am I wasting my time? So there was an amicable breakup, but then they got back together for a season. And I was like, oh, how do I think of that? What am I supposed to do with that? I don't know. I didn't know what to think. But that didn't last very long. And now none of them have any girls on the horizon. Well, it's just fine. I mean, after all, we're in a pandemic. It's hard for people to be dating and looking around for Mr. or Mrs. Right. You know, it's not the ideal time. I said I was going to count, didn't I? I never did finish counting. Let me see if I can count my stitches like this. Excuse me for a minute while I count these. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Yay! That was faster than actually how I was doing it before. It's easy because it was easy to count because see, it's pink and red. So that didn't make it too hard. Did anyone watch the Emmys yesterday? I watched a little bit of it in the beginning, maybe about 2 hours of it. I know it's a long show. It started late because of the football game ran into overtime, but I thought it was. I like Cedric the Entertainer. I think he's funny. Um, I don't know. I know about 5% of the shows and about 25% of the actors on there. I That's how much new TV I watch. I don't watch a lot of new TV. I do watch a little bit of new TV, but I don't watch a lot. I like antenna TV. I don't know if you get this where you are, but it's this channel that's affiliated with our local channel, and but I think it's nationwide. It's offered nationwide, and they show old shows like Give Me a Break, Three's Company, Alice, Barney Miller, The Jeffersons, Johnny Carson, Bewitched, and I Dream of Jeannie, Leave It to Beaver, Family Ties, and Growing Pains, and a whole bunch of other shows. But I watch a lot of that, especially Three's Company. I love Three's Company. And they had a binge night on a couple weeks ago, and I watched all day. Binge night. Well, at it started at 3 p.m. Central, and it went until 9 p.m. So it was like 12 episodes in a row. I guess the best episodes, the 12 of the most classic episodes. And um, of course, one of the most classic one was when uh, Janet wanted Jack to accompany her to a party that was on an island, and he had to take a small plane, but he was afraid of taking a plane, so he took tranquilizers. And then he got to the party and he was sleepy, and then somebody gave him something to perk up, and then he became, just all out drunk. And he kept lying to everybody. Like, he told this couple he was a surgeon. He told somebody else he was a, a senator. He told other people he was a lawyer, whatever. And he couldn't keep his story straight. And he does this dance. And oh, that's right, David, you watched the YouTube, the Amazon Prime, and the BritBox. Okay, you've been binging on Downton Abbey. Most people are surprised I've never seen it. Oh, because you like your British. Okay, so because of watching the Emmys, I think I'm going to start watching The Crown. So, from what I gather, The Crown is loosely based on the truth, and there's the one that's actually that Twilight Girl is going to be on. It's everything. It's all true, right? Am I right? And The Crown is kind of almost a little bit false. I don't know, but I did see a scene where it's her and Charles talking, and then it's Camilla and Charles talking. I don't know much. I don't follow a lot of the royal family. Just your basic stuff. Who's getting married, who's having a baby, who's getting divorced, the basic stuff. And who passed away. I know that the Prince Philip passed away. I know that. I know that Meghan and Harry live in California now. I know they talk to Oprah. They're Oprah's neighbors. I know all that. And Kate has a lot of kids with um, Prince William. See, I'm not very good with it, but I think I'm going to watch The Crown because um, I remember all that when they were relentless with Princess Diana, and they wouldn't leave her the heck alone. They would not leave her alone. I mean, just drove her literally to her death because they just kept haunting her. Like, leave her alone. So I remember when she passed. I remember watching that on TV. I remember where I was, and oh my gosh, it was just horrible. So I think I might want to start watching that now that I'm pretty much finished with Kitchen Nightmares. I watched all the episodes, and now I just caught up with Big Brother. I was a little behind on Big Brother, but I'm caught up now. I remember when Amadeus came out, I was in music school, and one of my teachers called it a fantasia on Mozart's life. I think most biopics could be described that way. Hmm. You know what? That kind of reminds me. Uh, hold that thought. Princess died, Mother Teresa and my grandmother died one after another over 3 days. Shoot. I think I remember you telling me that. Oh, okay. Talking about Fantasia and stuff like that. This is kind of in that neighborhood. I was just watching, and I really can't talk about it because if you haven't seen it, I don't want to give it away. This new Cinderella picture, it's not a cartoon. It's with Billy Porter, Camila Cabello, and oh God, what's that other? Pierce Brosnan is on there, and the British lady, can't remember her name. Oh, can't remember her name, but cute lady. But and the other people I'm not too familiar. Oh no, Adina Menzel is on there. That's the reason why I wanted to watch it because she's on there. Um, there's something that mirrors real life in that one, and I thought it was kind of, I don't know if it was coincidental, accidental, or planned, you know. But I thought it was kind of cool, and it's not advertised that way. It's that if you know your news and you know your Cinderella, you're gonna put that together. Hey, you know, that's okay. You can call me Dandy. I'm Nora is your name. I just realized I've always known your name is Nora Granny Banani, but I just realized Nora is the name of my best friend. I'm like, yeah, that's right. She's got the same name. That's why I'm calling you Nora now, because now it's in my head. It's stuck in my head now that your name is Nora. But you'll always be Granny Banani to me. So I'm changing my day, my live day, because of football is taking over my house. Granny Banani. It's the Bears got me locked in my room, put away like Rapunzel. And hey, Julie is here. How you doing? Because I don't understand football. I don't get football. Yesterday, while football was on, I was back and forth from my room doing my laundry and in the kitchen making my chicken broth and just back and forth. So I probably got a lot of steps in, even though it didn't tell me that I achieved my goal of whatever, how many steps. I don't think I have a goals, a step goal. I have a move goal, like a calorie, and an exercise goal, and a stand goal. And I always kind of hit the stand goal, but exercise and move. Exercise is the last one to go because you have to be, it doesn't track like how much you move, it tracks how many workouts you do. So if you're going to exercise, you tell your watch, hey, I'm going to exercise, keep track. And then you can really got to move around. But if you just take a walk, it's not counting that towards your exercise. It counts it towards your calories burned, but not towards your exercise. I don't get football and don't even want to. Same. I don't get it. Don't want to. I'm a girly girl with when them football players wear all pink, I might watch. I don't even watch it then. I watch the Super Bowl commercials. Pretty much. That's it. And I watch like the replays if someone gets um tackled. Like if it's like if somebody pops their elbow out or their knee out and they keep showing it, I'm like, let me see it. You know, that I do watch. But and I'll look to see if the score, because our Bears are notorious for losing, just like our Cubs and our Sox. I don't know, but do have our winning streaks now and then. But it's never a surprise if we lose. I did a live. Thought it was Saturday. I think I need to sleep more. You thought it was Saturday today. Oh yeah, then you do need some sleep because it's not even Sunday. It's not even the day after Saturday. No, it's Monday. Yeah, we got the Monday. I came on here and I'm like, happy Monday, and I'm like, that doesn't sound Like those two words go together. Happy Monday. Even though I'm not somebody who dreads Monday. Hi, my Aunt Carmen is watching. I'm not somebody who dreads Monday. I kind of look at it like Monday, it's a fresh start. Let's make a little resolution for the week. Kind of like you do for the year. You make a resolution every year. I kind of make one every week. At least I used to. I used to do that every Sunday night. I'm like, all right, tomorrow's a fresh new week. I'm gonna make sure that I wake up early every day, and I would even add exercise in my goals. I haven't added exercise on my goals for a few months now, and that's terrible. But I don't know. It's just something that I already have enough goals. It's enough that I could just get your basic things done, like cooking and dishes and cleaning and laundry. Granny D is here. Hello, Granny D. Noni May says, I have no life. I never know what day it is. I'm just old. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the times we're living in. No one knows what day it is, especially if you don't have a 9 to 5 job. Like my husband knows what day it is every day because he has to get up in the morning and get on the road to go to work. So yeah, he's gonna know when it's Sunday. He's gonna know when it's Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He's gonna know. But if you can go through in 3, 4 days without leaving the house, you will forget what day it is. Like me, I just forget. I I it helps that I have TV shows that I watch and I'll know what day it is according to the TV shows. But that's the only reason. If I didn't watch TV, like if I didn't watch TV, if I didn't watch YouTube, if I just stayed in the house and crocheted, maybe talked on the phone, I wouldn't know what day it was. No. But if I'm on YouTube, sometimes they'll have the date on or the day of the week. It'll say Wednesday live, Monday live. Oh, yeah, that's right. Julie says, congratulations, David, for publishing your patterns. You still need me to take a photo of the one I did. I used red and green. Pattern writing. Good. I wish I was better at reading patterns. I mean, I guess I could read them. They can be a little intimidating and confusing. I'd rather have it in a video. But I've made a few things using only a pattern. Um, I'm trying to see if I can find a certain thing that I made only using a pattern. I can't find that there, but um, yeah, no, but it's only because I really wanted to make it that I was able to use it to do it. I really have to want to make it. All right, so what day am I on now? I am on August 31st. I'm on August 31st. Okay, so I'm about to enter into September. So I am no longer officially a month behind. I'm actually doing September in September. We don't have that many days of September left. So I don't know how much that's worth to you. But people have been asking me to do a tutorial with my dowel. No way. I don't want nobody to steal your light bulb, your idea. Hey, Jeanette is here. How are you? Jeanette, what a difference from yesterday, huh? 79 degrees and kind of gloomy, but still bright, like a bright gloomy, huh? Jeanette is also in Chicago. She's not too far from me. I believe she's on the south side, which is still a big city. Chicago has this north side, south side thing. By the way, I wanted to ask you guys, were you able to read the description in my chat for my live chat? It said, what did it say? Word for word. It said, I will get them taken tonight. Oh, okay. Um, you don't, oh, okay. My description it said, too much football on Sunday. My Bears take over my front room. Now, what do you call your living area? Do you call it a living room? Do you call it a front room? Do you call it a family room? What do you call it? I in Chicago, we call it the front room. It's actually spelled FRUNCH, like crunch, like brunch, but French and room. French room. One word. French room. That's like the Chicago slang. That's how we say it. French room. Or if you're Latina like me, you say sala, but I never was one to say sala, but I know what that is. That's your French room. But what do you say? You say family room, living room, front room, den, parlor. Okay. Now I'm going to cut this yarn and I'm going to go in with the gold. All right. Here we go. All right. Julie says front room. Julie, in Wisconsin, growing up, we called it the living room. Yeah, I sometimes I slip and say living room, and it's my quote front room is, I don't know if you would say in the front because I'm in a condo, so it's like all, you know, I would there's no front, like that's my front area, like the front door, but that's not the front of the building. So okay, we'll call it, I just said gold, and I had already forgotten. Hmm. All right. Um, Jeanette, I'm working on my temperature blanket. I'm a little behind. This is actually September 1st that I'm attaching. I'm actually doing September 1st. That's how behind I am. We're on the 20th. And I did it in two pieces. The first half of 2021 is sitting over there. And then I started another half from July 1st on because it was getting too big and it was just getting it was getting hard to handle. So I figured I would stitch them together when I'm all done and have one great long big blanket. And this one I'm actually doing half double crochet. And that is it. I'm using Red Heart Super Saver. 50 stitches per row, one row per day, based on the high temperature of the day in Chicago. So on September 1st, the high of the day was only 72. But you see, there are a lot of pink is my hottest. Okay, there's a lot of red and pink. You know, gold and orange are hot. Orange is pretty hot too, but you know, and green is not so hot. And we have even darker green over there. So that's how crazy our weather can be. Did you decide what you are going to make with that Ogo yarn? I know you made a square. I have a video out. It's called FOs from my Ogos. And that was released last week. It's not a very long one. So maybe I can look that up and put the link in the chat. Let's see here. FOs from my Ogos. There you go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, hang on here. All right, check this out. All right, that is my link. I know these videos. There's so many people I'm subscribed to. I miss a lot, and it's hard to catch up on everything. But if there's one particular thing that I'm looking for, I do get to watch. The good thing about YouTube is that it's always going to be on there unless they take it out. And a lot of YouTube channels don't delete their content, but it's going to be on there forever, and you can always go back and watch it. And it's nice because I can watch the same cooking video over and over and over. Each time I make a certain recipe, it helps me to refresh my memory because I forget, and I don't want to leave one detail out of the recipe. How do you like working up the Ogo? It's okay. It's just okay. It's not a very it's not a fantastic yarn. No, it's not fantastic. For that price, I want it to be fantastic. Julie says, "Hey Dee, I took a nap. Now I can have my second first cup of coffee of the day." Oh, I actually had one cup of coffee today, and usually I don't have coffee on the days that I go to the chiropractor because I like to go there hydrated. But I forgot about it, and I started making my cup of coffee, and when I remembered, I was like, well, I just have to drink more water, extra water. Yeah, when I go to that chiropractor, I like to be hydrated. That way, whatever adjustment he makes on me sticks. What the heck? Okay. All right. So yeah, that yarn is it's an okay yarn. Julie said, I watched several videos. I am looking at the yarn in the video and did not see the wow factor. There is no wow factor. There's just none. I am concerned it is a little too hyped up as a trend or a fad, maybe. And you know what? Did you see? Did you check out the Crochet Crowd? They have a teaser for the new um, fall crochet along, and they have a knit along with Marley Bird made with the Ogos. And it's not even a big project. It's actually 3 items. There's a hat, a scarf, and a dog sweater, all made with Karen Colorama Ogos. Obviously, you can make it using any yarn and in any color. but I think they're trying to get people to want to go out and buy the Ogos because there's crochet along going on, and there's a lot of people who want to participate in things like that. Yeah, but to me, it's not a wearable yarn at all, especially the Red Heart Super Saver. Well, which Red Heart Super Saver? None of it is wearable unless you wash it 50,000 times in a bunch of fabric softener. But I don't know. It's just it doesn't lay nice either. It's kind of stiff, you know, and it's I'm not no. Somebody made a comment in my chat in my video. She commented that it kind of reminded her about the bobbins from um, what's this brand? Premier Bobbins. And I'm like, I forgot about the bobbins. Okay, so that was a forgettable yarn. Then I heard that the anniversary cakes are back. But a lot of us didn't like the anniversary cakes because they got tangled. So I was watching Affordably Geeky show. That's Affordably Crafty with Yarn Geek on Saturday, and they were people were typing in ways they kept their cake, their anniversary cake, from making barf. Somebody said that she put hers in, I think it was a pot, like a spaghetti pot. Um, I washed Red Heart with a dollar store V05 conditioner. That might work. I went to our local Walmarts, but they didn't have any. Yeah, what's that about? And I went to my Michaels. They didn't have any anniversary cakes. Where some people, they went to their Michaels, they already have their anniversary cakes on the shelf. So what gives? Why, why did Chicago got left out the cake? I wanted to see the new colors. I didn't know if I would buy any um, because I didn't have a good coupon. I had a coupon that said 20% off your total regular price purchase. So you can buy all the regular price items, and at the end, you'll get a total of 20% off of everything. That's regular price. And in Joann's, I had a 50% off coupon. And I bought something there, and I took it in the car, and I take it out of the bag, which was weird because usually I put it in the back seat and I don't look at it, but something compelled me to look at it. I took it out of the bag and looked at it and opened the box, and I go, "Oh, this is the wrong one. Turn around," I said to my husband. "Turn around." And good thing, because if I would have gone all the way home and took it out of the bag later, I would have been saying some words I'm not supposed to, because I don't like to, once I'm in the house, I don't like to go back out un, unless it's an emergency, you know, especially on a Saturday. Oh, Saturday shopping. I had Costco on my list, and I said, I said to myself, I said, self, I don't think I really need what's on my list for Costco yet. I will go on Monday, so I'll go tonight to Costco. I'm not. Saturday was just too. Like they were giving stuff away. The parking lot was packed. There was a line to get in, a line of cars to get in, because the light. You turn in left, and every car is turning in, and it's just a madhouse trying to get into Costco. No, thank you. I'm going to try another store, but I'm not going all around Chicago trying to find them. Yeah, same. And they're not. You're you know there's no coupons available for them, and They're $8. And I'll tell you right now, it's so they're okay. I did enjoy making that pattern, what I made with it. I enjoyed making it. That's it. I enjoyed making it. After I was finished, it's just something pretty to look at. But if I touch it, ugh, it feels horrible. It feels like I'm I'm touching hay. And I have to turn off this air conditioning. It is driving me crazy. It is just too cold in here. Oh, bird, I have like chills. I can't find my sweater anywhere. My sweater's gone missing. Whew. Well, I didn't really want to stay on here long on a Monday because I have 1,000 things to do. I gotta get to the chiropractor later on. I gotta go to Costco later on too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sign off, and I'll say I'll see you in the YouTube streets. And thank you for watching, and take care and stay safe. Bye.